from their studio in the toxic waste part of town.
Say hello to my little friend!
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Shut your fucking face. I didn't kill my wife!
Hold on to your butts.
Talk radio.
Give me the fucking keys, you fucking cocksucker motherfucker!
Listen to me, you deaf fuck. I offered you a chance when we could have done something. I offered you a chance to be a cop, and you blew it!
Welcome to Filmgoat.
Welcome to Filmgoat. Welcome to Filmgoat.
Welcome to Filmgoat.
Hey, Mom! Can we get some meatloaf?
Yo diggity, this is Filmgoat. You might be listening to this on November 24th, 2015. I'm Michael.
I'm Jason.
I'm David.
And we're going to start out, as we do every week, talking about a couple of the Oscar years. This time, we are at the 65th Academy Awards, which would be in 1991. And what were the nominees for Best Picture that year, David?
Well, the nominees were Unforgiven, The Crying Game, A Few Good Men, Howard's End, and Scent of a Woman. And Unforgiven won.
Unforgiven should have won.
And yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, the rest of those movies
Good job, Academy.
Yeah, they get it right every so often.
A Few Good Men, though. I mean, that was pretty damn good.
Jason wants A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men is A Few Good Men is good. Aaron Sorkin wrote that, I do believe.
Ooh, the Sork.
And, you know,
his
Aaron
fast,
Sorkin.
snappy dialogue.
Yeah,
where everyone's always walking towards the camera talking about things, like The West Wing.
And looking at the best original screenplay, unless it was adapted, no, it wasn't nominated. A Few Good Men's screenplay. So I guess take that, how you want to.
A Few Good Men.
Aaron Sorkin, not Oscar nominated.
Wait, what won best adapted screenplay?
Yeah, what won?
Oh, best original screenplay was The Crying Game, and best adapted screenplay was Howard's End.
Boo-hoo.
See, now this is the first time since we've started this program. We started in 87 and now we're in 91. This is the first time that the best picture did not also win best original screenplay or best adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yes.
It's happened other times, but in the Filmgoat history, it has not.
In one trend,
in our time together.
Yeah. In one trend, though, that pops up is best picture winner usually gets the best director as well. It seems like in these set of years that we've talked about.
And I'm sure there'll be a few upsets that come up, but yeah, that definitely has been the trend so far. And this year, 1991, Unforgiven definitely probably had the best director because it was probably the best movie.
Yeah.
And Clint Eastwood, people don't always think about him as a director. Some people don't even know he directed some movies. As we discovered earlier, he directed the Shakespeare movie Beyond, or The Garden of Good and Evil, whatever. I wasn't good at Shakespeare.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
It's cool. Starring John Cusack John Cusack and Kevin Spacey. And then he made Mystic River. He's not in the film for that, but Unforgiven, it's because he kind of got to start doing westerns, spaghetti westerns, as they were called. They filmed them all in Italy, which is fun. And he kind of is, when you think of like a cowboy in those old westerns, like you're usually thinking of Clint Eastwood, like the man with no name. He has a poncho, he's got the hat, kind of just staring off in the distance. And so Unforgiven was kind of him trying to almost shed that image, because at the time, this is 1991, like clearly it's been like 20 years. So people don't think of him as much as the cowboy. But back then he was just Dirty Harry and then a cowboy. So he's a cowboy in this movie, but he's a murderer and he used to just rob people. Him and Morgan Freeman were just bad people, but they've retired.
Yeah.
And Gene Hackman, who's the antagonist of the movie, is actually playing the role that Clint Eastwood typically would play. And the way the movie goes is your sympathies start lying with Morgan Freeman and Clint Eastwood, even though the whole entire movie, people are telling them, yeah, you did all this horrible stuff. And the people that meet them hear stories.
It's sort of flipping the trope on its head.
It's like the anti-Western, basically. And at the end of the movie, you're basically rooting for the bad guy. It's like if you started rooting...
The tagline to Payback, but with Mel Gibson.
What was it?
Get ready to root for the bad guy.
Is that really the tagline? That's pretty good. Pretty good tagline. Pretty a little on the nose, but the bad guy wins in this movie.
What are some other movies where the bad guy wins off the top of your head?
The Empire Strikes Back.
Won the battle, didn't win the war. Yes.
Yeah, but the bad guys sometimes win.
Yeah, bad guys sometimes win.
Oh,
There's got to be some horror.
what was
movies.
the Kirsten Dunst cheerleader movie?
Oh, Bring It On?
Yeah, the bad guy won in that one.
I didn't know.
Well, how about this one? No Country for Old Men.
I guess you could say the bad guy wins in that movie.
Oh,
If he wins at all. If anyone wins.
Well, he's alive.
He's still alive in bad
and
shape.
free.
I mean, there's
Well,
I think there's multiple bad guys if you consider the
true.
Mexican cartels as bad guys as well, because they are in fact the ones who do kill the main character.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
Because the main character who dies partway through the movie.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Llewellyn Moss.
He's not even killed by the main antagonist.
You don't even see him get killed.
Yeah, you don't even see it
Another
happen.
fun thing about the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like just these random Mexican cartel guys that he stole their money. And he basically completely forgot they were chasing him because a psychopath was chasing him. They just get him. So, and he was the de facto protagonist, even though in the book it's kind of Tommy Lee Jones's character.
Yeah, he's more the one telling the story.
Yeah. And he is in the movie too, because
Kind of
then of
through his
course he's
eyes.
alive, so someone has to be, I guess, the protagonist. But that movie is definitely kind of structured unlike other movies. And because you think it's going one way, main character dies, and then all
It's
of
like,
a sudden,
whoa,
you're like,
180.
wait a minute, what? And then you keep seeing this guy who's just absolutely horrible, Anton Chigurh. What's the actor's name again?
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, Javier Bardem. He's just, the role he was born to play.
Yeah,
They just gave him a weird haircut and he was just perfect. Like, just in every scene, it's just terrifying just looking at him. And you never know what he's going to do. And he gets away, basically.
Yeah.
So you definitely could say No Country.
So-
Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal gets away.
That's true.
Even though you're kind of rooting
although
for him.
the main
But yes.
bad guy does get killed.
It's like, it's
who
not like
they're
Clarice
chasing.
loses. It's just
Yeah.
humanity loses because Hannibal's back on the list.
Hannibal gets away. It's kind of a win for the bad guys
Yeah.
almost. Although Hannibal in that movie, it's kind of hard to say that he is kind of a bad guy. I mean, he is. He kind of does chew the
He's not a
people's faces
good
off and does
person.
murder a
Yeah.
few people. But he's really smart.
He is. A lot of
And
the bad guys are
intelligent.
smart. Just because you're bad doesn't mean you have to be dumb.
Okay, here's the distinction I'm going to make. He's a bad guy, but he's likable.
Yeah, that's
Anti-hero.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, of
anti-hero.
course, yeah.
Yes.
That's the term.
Anti-heroes are good. We'll have to get a list of our favorite anti-heroes some other time. But so there's got to be a few. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of horror movies. Like Hostel doesn't really work out. Well, I guess if you include both of them, it doesn't really work out. Because one guy gets away at the end. Spoiler alert. But I didn't say who.
But spoiler alert at the beginning of the next film.
He dies.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Bourne
So-
Supremacy. We're just going to spoil people that die in the second movie. So you like that happy ending.
Well,
It's like I forced my girlfriend to watch the Bourne Identity. She's like, I liked it. I'm like, yeah, because it was cool and there was action. She's like, well, I liked it because there was a happy ending. I'm like, I cannot wait to show you the next movie right now. 10 minutes of the movie. Because he gets shot in the head and drives a car into the waters, dies. It's pretty deathly a death as he can die.
deathly death.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yes.
It's pretty fantastic. But man. So
Yeah, it's
Unforgiven.
so fantastic.
Yeah, so there's those. I mean, but he ends up winning at the end. So
Well, we should probably move. Honestly, though, this year not a lot.
I mean, Scent of a Woman. I mean, Al Pacino got his only Oscar, I believe.
Al Pacino was.
And it was. I like to think of it as his lifetime achievement award because they were like, we have to. Like, he might die soon. We have
So-
to give him something.
yeah, so
they
he-
nominated him twice this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just Scent of a Woman, and he was nominated for Glengarry Glen Ross, which now Glengarry Glen Ross, that's a pretty good movie. Actually, I will go. It's pretty good most of the movie. The first
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes are
amazing.
excellent.
Yeah.
That's the
Alec
best
Baldwin.
part. Yeah, Alec Baldwin.
Best
and,
part of the movie.
And David Mamet said he didn't have that scene. He didn't have that character, Blake, I think it was from he did Alec Baldwin's character. He didn't have
Yeah.
that in the original play of the. But when he adapted it, he wrote this character in, and my God,
Best scene.
yeah, that is the best scene in that movie, hands down.
A, always, B, C, closing.
Always be closing.
Yeah, man.
I need closes.
But so the point is, Al Pacino, like they were like, we're gonna give you one, and like he's like, yeah, give me the best actor. And like, okay, because he played a blind man. Affliction, Oscar. She's got a great ass. That's where that comes from. In case anyone ever wanted to know, that's when Al Pacino kind of started being Al Pacino in every movie. Which in the next segment we'll go more in depth to people like that.
We'll bring that up.
Indeed. But that's kind of when he started phoning it in because he's like, oh, they'll just give me an Oscar for being myself. And indeed, he started doing it. And you know what? Al Pacino as himself is awesome.
Well, let's jump over to the next Oscar year since it's also not a very good one, and we're probably not going to get that much out of it either. Let's see. Best Picture nominees were Schindler's List, The Fugitive, In the Name of the Father, The Piano, and The Remains of the Day.
Schindler's List, I mean, won, right?
Yes,
Of course.
Schindler's
Yeah,
List
yeah,
won.
of course.
Yes.
Tremendous movie. First time I saw that movie, I was in high school. They let me watch that in high school. That's astounding.
And it's one of those movies they're like allowed to show.
No, it's so funny too because when the
movie's
teacher,
hilarious.
the teacher, I know, right? It's knee slapper. The teacher left, just let us watch it, and then he came back during one of the nudity scenes and looked up, then turned right back around and left again.
That's got to be the best
It's not
day
health
of
class.
a teacher's job, like the movie day, when it's like, watch this movie and learn, and they just leave.
Yes.
Smoke a joint in the parking lot. Come
Yes,
back.
it is.
Yeah, yes, it is.
But
Fugitive, awesome.
Another thing to note, though, Best Director, Steven Spielberg.
He was
assimilated.
Yes.
Steven Spielberg for Schindler's List. Once again, director and picture both going to the same movie.
Yeah, because
What
it
about
makes
adapted
sense.
screenplay?
Adapted screenplay was Schindler's List.
There we go. We're back on track.
What was it adapted from? Just the Holocaust.
No,
general.
I think a Survivor.
Well, I mean, it is a true story. There's got it clearly stuff.
Yeah,
based.
Oscar
it's-
Schindler.
It's yeah.
And that movie is one of those movies. That's another list. Movies you watch one time, you're like, that was a great movie. I'm okay. United 93 is one of those movies. I'm okay.
Well, here are the nominees for Best Original Screenplay: The Piano, Dave,
Oh,
In the Line of Fire,
interesting.
Philadelphia,
Yeah, Clint Eastwood.
and Sleepless in Seattle. But yeah, another Clint Eastwood
Clean
movie.
this one, yeah.
He directed
In the
it.
Line of Fire.
really?
Yeah, and Dave, which
Dave.
it's the one where the
You're
pres-
Dave.
No, it's the one with
Michael. No, not
No,
Michael.
it's
Kevin Kline.
yeah.
Michael Klein. Yeah, Dave, starring Michael, starring us in Filmgoat. Written by Jason. Original screenplay because he's so obsessed with the screenplays.
But yeah, it's that. I think that deserves a screenplay nod.
Yeah.
So definitely. It was definitely a tight movie.
But Schindler's List, definitely, black and white, the random uses of color. Like the main scene that always sticks out with me is the little girl running around, the little red jacket.
Of course, but the scene that always sticks out with me is Ray Fiennes just shooting people off of his balcony. And he was actually nominated for Best Supporting Actor for that role, too.
He's a monster in that movie. It's great. He did one of those things actors do where he's like, I got a gut for the movie. I made myself look all fat and he starts kind of falling in love with his Jewish, handmaiden, basically. One of the most horrifying scenes in the movie is when they're like building this thing and the lady is like, hey, if you guys are kind of building this wrong, maybe we should do this instead. It'll make the house work better. And they're like, oh, okay. They like kill her, like what? It's like a Jew can't be seen telling like an officer like what to do. And then they kill her, and it's like in the background, she's just like, what? Her life is just over. Like the movie really, Steven Spielberg, is Jewish and, really, I guess after Martin Scorsese made The Last Temptation of Christ, like they had to just get their religious things out. Steven Spielberg's like, I'm going to one up you. It's like, everyone get behind this.
I don't necessarily know if that would be considered a religious movie, although
I think it was really
people,
personal to him. Is
Yeah.
what I meant to say.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
not like he was making it. Yeah. That's not what I meant.
I mean, it's definitely a story that I'm sure he as a Jewish a person of the Jewish persuasion would want the world to know about.
it was a horrible
because
thing.
I mean, and it's a story
And it
that
does
should be heard and should be told.
It does a good job of kind of, showing how horrible it is. And sometimes that's what films can do. They're not all just super entertaining.
Well, it's getting pretty heavy here at Filmgoat. But
Let's we gotta eat this tension.
Let's lighten it up real quick. We're coming up. We're coming up on the break, and Steven Spielberg movies. What's your favorite?
That'd be a hard one.
It's a hard one, but
that's
Saving
really
Private
hard.
Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
I was
that would
gonna
be mine.
say that I don't know. See, it's like I don't know if it's my favorite. It's certainly the best. It was probably my favorite, but also up there would be Indiana Jones movies, specifically The Last Crusade. I love the hell out of, and Minority Report is awesome.
Yeah, Minority Report.
Yeah, those are the ones I enjoy watching. It's like Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List are like the kind of the 2-pack of like it's kind of hard. I certainly watch Saving Private Ryan more than Schindler's List. That would probably be my favorite, but not for enjoyment's sake,
I would. I probably pick. I like The War of the Worlds.
Really?
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I don't know, and that's not my favorite, but like you all kind of pick the favorites. It's hard to really like. Jaws.
What about
that's
War
also a good
Horse?
one.
Jaws is awesome, and I love it for what it did for movies. And as a child, I enjoyed that. It
It's
scared
early.
me.
It was like his first
That
big
music.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His first movie was a TV movie, Duel. And then Jaws was, and it's like kind of the same thing. Even when the shark dies, spoiler alert, the shark dies at the end of Jaws. When they dies in Duel, spoiler alert, the truck that's chasing the guy drives off a cliff. They use the same sound as the truck driving off the cliff. When the shark dies, like just making this crazy noise.
Yeah.
They're like, what should we do? What does a shark sound like when it's dying in water? It's like nothing. It's like, well, that's not going to cut it. And of course, John Williams. That was the first of many collaborations.
Oh yeah.
That score. He's made a ton of good movies.
All right, we'll be back.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place.
Hola. We are back here at Filmgoat. And so in the last segment, I mentioned that Al Pacino, when he won Best Actor for Scent of a Woman, is kind of when he started playing himself and everyone was like, great ass, that whole deal, which gave us the idea of who else does that. We have a list, don't we, Jason?
We compiled a list. At the top of that list is Robert Downey Jr.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who has not always played himself, but he has also started to play himself in Iron Man. I mean, even before
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Yeah.
I mean, he's played himself a lot. And the only thing I can think of him not playing himself in is when he played Charlie Chaplin, was actually nominated for Best Actor.
That we didn't talk about.
1993. Yeah, so we kind of glossed
over that.
Yeah, because it's a silent film, whatever. And so Robert Downey Jr., it's like you watch Iron Man, and it's Robert Downey Jr. just being all snappy, all witty, just like he does in his everyday life, of course. just
quips
boss people
out the ass.
Yeah, just so many quips. Like he's the quip master.
Oh yeah.
And then you watch Sherlock Holmes, and it's like he kind of has an accent, but then he does the same thing.
British quips.
Yeah, just quipping like out the ass, just being smart quips. And then I guess he kind of played against type in Tropic Thunder when he just went all blackface. never go full retard.
Yeah.
But so maybe he wasn't the best example, but certainly Iron Man, he's playing himself, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And like that new movie, The Judge, it looked like he was just playing himself.
Just a more serious version of himself.
Yeah.
If he had daddy issues.
So what else we got, Jason?
Yeah, who's on?
Next on the list, we got Vince Vaughn.
Oh, yes.
Made.
Swingers, Wedding Crashers, any movie you can think of with Vince Vaughn in it.
That's the scene in Swingers at the diner.
So awkward.
Oh, I love that scene.
Oh, it's great.
Oh man.
I mean, how
probably
fast
just
he goes. He's always talking so fast, like, "Oh, you want to do this? You want to do this?"
the laugh, the obnoxious laugh. No, he was nailing the obnoxious drunk guy like at the place, at 2 a.m. He's nailed it.
I mean, him
That's
playing himself
him.
used to be funny. It's like
That's
almost
him.
like
He-
he's tired of being himself.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the last thing he did?
He just
that
looks
was good?
tired in movies. He's like quipping and shit, and he knows it's just it's for all for nothing.
Yeah, all these people playing themselves.
This isn't
just
funny
quip.
anymore.
Lots
I'm not
of
funny
quips.
anymore. I'm washed up. Why do people listen to me?
Yeah, I mean, what was the last thing he was even in? He was in that movie with Owen
Intern?
Wilson. Yeah, which was
The
a different
Internship?
movie. It was The Internship. The Intern was that
yeah,
Robert De Niro
Yeah,
movie
the Robert De Niro
that
one.
just came out.
He was also in
didn't look good.
what was? Oh, jeez.
He was in that. He was in Anaconda, wasn't he?
He was also in The Lost World.
Yeah, he was in all.
Wait.
He was trying the serious thing out, and everyone realized he was just ripping on set.
Anaconda was Owen Wilson.
Oh, I just think of them teamed up. Okay.
Vince Vaughn was in
The Lost World
he
is the one I was thinking
He was
of.
also in that movie, the Ben Stiller one, The Watch. Recently,
He was in The Cell.
The Cell.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. And he has his guts like getting like
Spindled out.
Spindled
Yeah,
out. He's just
That's
like,
it.
you stupid motherfucker. And then just Jennifer Lopez all sitting there all pretty, like, I'm in their brain. And that movie was weird.
Yeah,
But
that's an
this is about
understatement.
Cell. Vince Vaughn was basically playing himself too in that movie. Just kind of like, I just somehow got an IT job. I'm just here for support. And he somehow gets dragged into it. But he stopped doing those dramatic things when he realized that if he just talked for like 2 hours, he would get paid like $50 million.
Yeah.
So
That's
just keep talking.
I'm sure some of those days filming those movies, he's just sitting there for a few
Just
hours,
riffing.
just riffing.
That's what they do in a lot of those things. So who else we got, Jason?
Next up, we got Jack Nicholson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who
It's a big one.
who is a psychopath in real life, as everybody knows. In every movie, he's got that crazy look in his eyes. He's trying to kill his wife. He's telling people that they can't handle truths. He's being the Joker. He's just being crazy. He's getting things of acid poured on him, and his skin just turns white, and his hair turns green because that's what always happens.
Killed by aliens. Mars Attacks.
Well, Mars Attacks, yeah.
Yeah, Mars Attacks. Getting rolled over by the
As
blow.
good as it gets,
So-
he's literally just playing old Jack Nicholson. Like, I'm trying to get laid still.
And then there's
Oscar.
about Schmidt.
About Schmidt.
This is not about Schmidt though. So
It's not about Schmidt.
About Schmidt's band.
Yeah, well, let's just ban that right now.
Jack Nicholson, he's always just screaming. Got that crazy look. The Departed even. He's just like, I'm still the same guy. It's like, I don't want to be a product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me. Here's Johnny.
Dump him
Might as well.
in the marsh.
It's like, I have a slight accent. He's great in that movie. And he's crazy. Like that scene when he's doing the coke and there's all those naked chicks and his eyes are all super dilated. Or
Oh,
whatever.
that's such a bizarre scene.
Yeah, because he's crazy. I like to think that he directed.
Don't get
that
up
scene.
till you're numb.
Yeah, I'd like to think that. Yeah, Scorsese just put the camera down
In his
on his
house.
dresser.
Yeah, in his apartment. He's
Just
like,
let
what's
it
going
roll.
on here? Yeah, he's doing the whole ugly, like he's got the shirt unbuttoned with the gut hanging out, mountain like powder of cocaine just flying everywhere. So what else we got on the list? Jason?
Next, we got Seth Rogen.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Seth Rogen is Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Seth
just-
Rogen stars in Knocked Up as Seth Rogen.
Yeah, his whole thing consists of weed, guys.
Yeah, like that new movie coming out, that
Like-
holiday one. It's like, what else can we add weed to?
The night before, I think.
The night before
Yeah,
we smoked weed.
and this is the end. How many drugs can we do?
And they all literally played themselves in that movie. He literally was playing
Yeah,
Seth
literally.
Rogen in that movie. I mean, that's about as deep as you can
Yeah.
get. They finally admitted it, and now they've kind of gone back. And just that kind of whole Judd Apatow gang, they all kind of just played themselves, except for Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Is like the only one that kind of broke away, even though he still kind of has a bit.
He does-
but
he-
he's more capable, as Martin Scorsese pulled out of him, and
Wolf of Wall Street.
The Roof of Wall
The
Street.
Roof
The Roof of Wall Street. The Wolf
He also
of Wall
got
Street.
didn't he get the nomination for Moneyball?
Moneyball, yeah.
Which I've never seen Moneyball.
Which
I thought he did a better job in Moneyball than in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, and I think so too. I think Moneyball.
Wolf of Wall Street, he was still just hamming it up.
Yeah,
He had a
exactly.
big
Oh
teeth.
yeah, I mean, yeah, with the big teeth. He's in
Whereas
it.
It was
in
funny, though.
Moneyball, he was
I'm in a
actually-
Scorsese movie now. Yeah.
Everyone has to be like this all crazy in the movies. So we're gonna sell.
Okay,
that's all going
That's,
on.
who else is on the list?
we got Jack Black as the aforementioned
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, he's always just like, I'm overweight, but I still run around and do all this physical comedy.
Next on the list is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play an Austrian bodybuilder in every single film I'm in.
It's a big one.
I mean, he certainly plays different characters, but they all have a few things in common. They're giant Austrian men that are shaped like Mr. Olympia.
And have a tenuous grasp on the English language.
Tenuous, to say the least. A grasp.
Jingle All the Way being one of my favorites by him.
Oh, classic.
Oh, I mean, it's not to say he's bad or any of these movies are bad.
Put that cookie down.
Like all these people we're talking about, it's not like we dislike these people that are playing themselves, but you know, that's kind of why they're doing it, because people like it. Yeah, yeah,
I have animosity for anybody.
A few of them, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, we do not have animosity towards.
Oh no, never.
One that I think we do hold animosity towards would be Adam Sandler.
Who's also on the list.
Yes.
Who's definitely plays himself.
For like the past 10, 15 years.
I mean, even during his heyday, like, I mean, he'd do some funny accent and all of a sudden it's like...
It's like... It's like his whole bit.
How do you...
I'm the water boy. You can do it. And then he had Rob Schneider. Just like killing it.
Yeah, I mean, having Rob Schneider in every single one of your movies.
Rob Schneider is...
I mean,
definitely up in
why,
the game there.
and why is he good again? Somebody explain to me.
Right.
Well, luckily, he's not making money anymore. Like, I mean, he's still getting
Wait,
paid, but his
what are you
movies
talking about?
aren't making any money.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he's certainly getting paid.
It's not like,
He's
he
certainly
gets like
getting a
$100
payday.
million opening like he was. I mean, now there was that one movie when it was like he was playing him and like his twin sister, like two of the same Adam Sandler.
Jack and Jill, was
Jack
that what it
and
was?
Jill?
Oh my God.
I guess I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
The only time he did anything different was Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah. And I enjoyed that
was
movie,
it.
honestly. Probably.
Maybe he would have been capable. But
Probably one of the few movies by him I do enjoy.
No, he was really nice in 50 First Dates, guys.
I do sort of enjoy that movie, but I haven't seen it in a long time. So that's like
What the hell
14-year-old
kind of
Michael.
voice was that?
Who knows?
I kind of enjoyed The only part of 50 First Dates I remember is when Samwise Gamgee or whatever his name is like doing like the pull-ups.
Sean Astin.
I know. He's doing the pull-ups on the lamp or the light, and it falls. It's in the background. It's the funniest part of the movie. Like something you're not even completely supposed to be paying attention to.
Okay, let's move on.
Sam Jackson.
Please.
Oh yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson is on the list.
Who was
this
born-
motherfucking list.
This
I'm
this
tired of these
mother-father list.
motherfucking lists being motherfucking incomplete.
His Monday to Friday list. Everyone knew what he was really saying. I mean, and Quentin Tarantino is the one that discovered that Samuel L. Jackson playing himself is the greatest thing ever.
Jackie Brown. Oh, it was great.
Pulp Fiction is what I was actually
let's not
referring
forget
to.
that one.
Let's not forget.
I was working up to that.
Well, no, not Jackie Brown.
Straight to the cake.
I mean, even in Jurassic Park, like his first role, well, his first role I think was in Coming to America. He like robs the store.
He has a
Isn't it, like,
small
he
part in
remembers it?
Goodfellas.
Oh, that's right.
Stacks, I think his name was.
Yeah, he basically was playing himself his whole entire life. Like I think he used to do the things he started playing at the beginning of his career, and then came over, and everyone's like, "Man, this guy's cool. Let's film him."
Do we have anyone else on the list, Jason?
We got John Cusack.
John Cusack. That's a weird one.
He's always kind of playing like kind of a sap. He's supposed to be an everyman, but he's always an everyman, even if like the world is ending, a la 2012, or he's managing a record
Grifters.
store.
Grifters, he was terrible. I'm sorry, but that movie was terrible.
And then there's a High Fidelity, you know, when he holds the boom box over his head.
Well, that's not High Fidelity.
or what? Or
Let's Say Anything.
Say Anything, whatever. See, like I said, he plays himself. All these movies bleed together. Identity is like, who's the real John Cusack? We're all John Cusack. You know,
Do we have anyone else?
We have Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
he definitely plays himself.
That's there. Yeah, he's definitely got the
Even
whole
in the movie Ants.
the neurotic thing.
Yeah,
He's got
even in
He was
Ants.
Woody Allen
nails
Ant.
it.
I'm just a neurotic Jewish ant. It's like I didn't know ants had religious beliefs. Apparently they did. But A Bug's Life was better. That was
I
another
disagree.
example of two movies coming out at the same time that are similar. Deep Impact Armageddon.
Yeah.
The White House movies. White House Down.
White House Down,
Olympus
Olympus
Has
is-
Fallen.
yeah.
Yeah. A Bug's Life.
Well-
Ants with a Z.
Well, we're almost coming up to the end of our show.
Let's
But-
read off who else we have on the
Yeah.
list just to see who we thought of.
Those not named were Michael Cera, Jason Statham,
Statman
Jeez,
Statham.
Will
Damn.
Ferrell,
Damn, we missed some big ones.
Jim Carrey, Christopher Walken,
Oh,
Helena Bonham Carter.
okay. Who's the worst offender of all of these people we talked about? Who's the worst at playing themselves?
Michael Cera, probably, is the worst. He's just like, I'm just a geeky nerd boy. Because Jim Carrey actually has tried to do other things.
Yeah.
And was actually successful.
don't know.
Okay, you're gonna, but Michael Cera doesn't have a body of work like Jim Carrey does.
He's had
Christopher
enough time.
Walken, I feel like,
Yeah.
plays himself a lot.
Okay. Oh, you're doing walking.
He does.
Oh, yeah. Did you get it?
Yeah.
But he had the
Did you
same
get it?
thing where he actually did more serious films in the past. Michael Cera.
Prophecy.
Did what, Juno?
Batman Returns.
Yeah. Well, you know, he does play it's like, with my watch up my ass. I don't know. So who do you think is the worst offender, Jason?
I think he was going with walking. in
I'm
that.
going with
Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Okay.
What about David?
Good Lord. You know, I was just, Adam Sandler, really, I feel like, other than Punch Drunk Love, I don't know of any other role that he really just didn't come off as like, I'm just being Adam Sandler.
Well, if we're going with the worst offender overall on the list, then it's either Seth Rogen for me.
Wait, didn't you already pick someone?
Yeah, he picked.
You picked
Well,
Michael
I thought
Cera,
I
didn't
thought it
you?
was from the people that were left. I got slightly confused from the second part of the list. So Adam Sandler, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, or Seth Rogen, the comedians of the list, all are pretty bad at playing themselves.
Okay, Michael just picked for us and pretty much decided everything. But anyway, before we go out here, I want to mention this once again, that we are working on a show for Noise Fox. We still don't have a name yet, but when we get more information, we will get it to you. But yeah,
And hopefully that shall be soon. Noise Fox. If we had a Fox noise right here, it would be awesome. But anyway, guys, I think we're going to close this out. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
have a good one.